Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we're diving into some exciting stories from around the world. First up, Chinese law firms are stepping onto the global stage, with over 200 overseas offices supporting Chinese companies abroad. Driven by initiatives like the Belt and Road, these firms are growing fast, but they still face challenges in building trust outside China. It's a pivotal moment as they evolve to increase their international influence. Next, let's talk about the recent power bank scandal in China. Major brands like Romoss and Anker recalled millions of batteries after fires caused by defective units. The Chinese government responded with stricter regulations and revoking certifications, highlighting the need for better oversight and safer manufacturing practices. It's a wake-up call for consumers and producers alike. Finally, Bordeaux's famous wine region is embracing sustainability. While only a quarter of wines are certified organic, more wineries are experimenting with biodynamic methods and eco-friendly practices. This shift is not only about protecting the environment but also about creating unique, high-quality wines that respect tradition while innovating for the future. Please continue watching for more details. South China Morning Post vividly portrays the pivotal moment for Chinese law firms as they embrace globalization, driven by the surge of Chinese companies expanding overseas and Beijing's strategic push through initiatives like the Belt and Road. With over 200 offices established abroad, more than a third in Belt and Road countries, these firms are increasingly integral to supporting Chinese firms' international growth. Their services range from business consultation to dispute resolution, often acting as trusted intermediaries due to shared language, cultural ties, and national security considerations. As geopolitical tensions rise, these firms face the challenge of earning trust from non-Chinese clients and navigating complex international laws, especially when sensitive data and national interests are involved. Industry insiders emphasize that Chinese law firms are shifting from mere expansion pursuits to becoming serious global players, aligning their strategies with national initiatives and positioning themselves as both commercial and policy-savvy partners, all while contending with the heightened scrutiny and strategic rivalries that define today's geopolitical landscape. The South China Morning Post also details China's recent power bank scandal, which highlights the risks of rapid cost-cutting and fierce price competition among domestic manufacturers. Incidents of defective power banks catching fire during flights, most notably those produced by Shenzhen-based Romoss technology, prompted emergency bans by the Civil Aviation Administration of China. Investigations revealed that contaminated battery cells, supplied by companies like Amprius, were the root cause of these failures, exposing lapses in supply chain oversight. The scandal has led to massive recalls, suspension of production, and regulatory crackdowns on suppliers, as authorities seek to tighten quality control and restore consumer confidence. The crisis underscores the consequences of a brutal price war that compromised product safety, prompting China to rethink its manufacturing standards and supply chain governance to prevent future tragedies and ensure the integrity of its burgeoning electronics industry. The South China Morning Post further explores China's burgeoning weight loss drug market, driven by the impending expiration of patents for blockbuster medications like semaglutide, sold as Ozempic. This shift presents a lucrative opportunity for domestic biotech firms such as Innovent Biologics, which has recently received approval for its own GLP-1 analog, mazdutide. As China faces a rising obesity epidemic, with over a third of adults overweight and a significant portion obese, the government has launched nationwide campaigns to combat the public health crisis. With the global market for anti-obesity drugs projected to reach hundreds of billions of dollars, Chinese companies are racing to develop and commercialize innovative, affordable alternatives. Industry experts anticipate intense price competition and rapid innovation, including oral formulations and online sales channels, which will shape the future landscape of weight management therapies. For individuals like Hong Kong office worker W.K. Chan, these advancements translate into more accessible and effective treatments, offering a new sense of confidence and lifestyle transformation amid China's health and pharmaceutical revolution. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's national football team is gearing up for a bold and aggressive approach against China in the upcoming East Asian Football Championship match in Seoul. Under the guidance of coach Ashley Westwood, the team is determined to break their long-standing drought against China, aiming to impose their will on the game rather than merely defending. Despite recent heavy defeats by Japan and South Korea, Westwood emphasizes their intent to attack and score, viewing this fixture as an opportunity to demonstrate their resilience and pride, especially as it marks a rare chance for Hong Kong to secure a victory over China since 1985. The team's preparation includes training in intense heat and managing player availability, with Westwood stressing the importance of performance and commitment over guaranteed victory, all while fostering a fighting spirit rooted in personal motivation and collective effort. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post highlights a transformative shift within Bordeaux's esteemed wine industry, where tradition meets innovation. Despite only 25% of Bordeaux wines being officially organic, pioneering winemakers are challenging conventions by adopting biodynamic practices, utilizing terracotta amphorae, and exploring natural winemaking techniques that eschew sulfides. The region's wineries are embracing biodiversity, growing cover crops, and creating immersive visitor experiences, from vineyard picnics to wine Olympics, reflecting a broader commitment to sustainability and consumer engagement. Notable estates like Chateau Monconseil-Gazan and Chateau La Rivière exemplify this movement, blending organic and biodynamic methods with creative tourism, such as wine tastings combined with wellness treatments and interactive events. These efforts symbolize Bordeaux's evolving identity, rooted in heritage but open to ecological innovation and fresh approaches that appeal to a new generation of wine lovers. In a story from South China Morning Post, the focus shifts to Palvinderjit Singh, Hong Kong's first Sikh police officer in decades, whose family legacy of service spans generations. Inspired by his great-grandfather, who helped recruit Sikh officers during the colonial period, Singh aims to continue this proud tradition by joining the force and serving in community relations. He is proud to wear his faith symbol, a blue turban and metal bangle, while fulfilling his duties, representing a significant step toward greater diversity within Hong Kong's police force. Singh's journey is also influenced by his father's long-standing career in the Correctional Services Department, embodying a shared commitment to public service. As he prepares to serve in patrol duties, Singh hopes to break new ground as a non-ethnic Chinese officer, emphasizing the importance of inclusion and representing the evolving multicultural fabric of Hong Kong. The CNN report paints a vivid picture of a high-stakes cyber espionage operation targeting a prominent Washington law firm, Wiley Rein, suspected to be linked to Chinese government interests. This breach, uncovered amidst escalating U.S.-China trade tensions, involved sophisticated hacking into Microsoft's 365 email accounts of key legal personnel, aiming to gather intelligence on trade policies, Taiwan, and U.S. government agencies. The incident underscores the ongoing cyber conflict between the two superpowers, with the FBI and cybersecurity firms like Mandiant stepping in to contain the damage. The breach is part of a broader pattern of Chinese cyber activities, which include previous attacks on U.S. telecom giants and attempts to influence trade and national security decisions, revealing a long-term strategy of building leverage through cyber espionage. The South China Morning Post's coverage introduces us to Shubham Maheshwari, a young actor whose rise to prominence is as inspiring as it is unexpected. With no prior acting experience, Maheshwari, a Dubai-born university student studying economics, was drawn into the world of acting through an open casting call for Amazon's We Were Liars. His journey from a college student to a leading role illustrates a story of serendipity and passion. He fell in love with the character after reading the novel and was eventually rescheduled for auditions despite his busy schedule. His background of growing up in a working-class family of Indian descent, contrasted with his affluent co-stars, adds depth to his character portrayal. Maheshwari's narrative embodies the idea that determination and love for storytelling can defy conventional industry pathways, making his debut a testament to perseverance and the pursuit of dreams. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post also reports on a troubling case of medical fraud in Hong Kong, where Dr. Wong Pingliang was sentenced to 9 months in prison for issuing thousands of COVID-19 vaccination exemption certificates without proper medical checks. His greed-driven actions, which earned him over 4.6 million Hong Kong dollars, undermined public health efforts during a critical pandemic period. The court highlighted his breach of trust and the potential risks posed to the community by allowing unverified exemptions, especially as the government sought to control the spread of the virus through vaccination passes. This case marks a significant crackdown on fraudulent practices among healthcare professionals, with other doctors facing similar charges, emphasizing the importance of integrity and accountability in safeguarding public health amidst ongoing pandemic challenges. South China Morning Post highlights Lao Fei, an Icelandic Chinese singer whose genre-blending jazz, classical, and pop music has captivated a global audience. Her debut album, Bewitched, set a Spotify record for jazz and earned her a Grammy in 2024. Laufey's connection to Chanel is deeply personal. Her childhood memories of her mother and grandmother's Chanel bags symbolize her admiration for the brand's enduring symbolism and innovation, which she finds inspiring as an artist. She describes her musical approach as rooted in jazz and classical traditions, infused with her own modern pop sensibilities, and emphasizes the importance of staying true to her core values while continuously innovating. Laufey's multicultural background and childhood experiences in China, from family dinners to playful moments with teapots, enrich her artistry and deepen her appreciation for cultural exchange, which she seamlessly blends into her performances and personal style. Nikkei Asia paints a vivid picture of Hong Kong's retail landscape transforming under the influence of mainland Chinese brands. As Chinese companies like Hafu Noodle and Alibaba expand into the city, they reshape its commercial identity, blending traditional Hong Kong retail with mainland aesthetics and business models. The influx is driven by economic shifts, including the pandemic's aftermath and political changes, which have discouraged high-end luxury shopping from mainland tourists and prompted local brands to struggle amidst declining sales. Meanwhile, Chinese electric vehicle brands like BYD now dominate the EV market, capturing 70% of new registrations, thanks to improved quality and competitive pricing. The rising presence of mainland companies, supported by government policies and capital, reflects a strategic move to establish dominance in Hong Kong's evolving market, even as concerns grow about eroding the city's unique cultural identity amid the rapid influx of Chinese brands and talent. South China Morning Post also reports on the controversy surrounding the University of Hong Kong's plans to develop a new innovation hub. Initially proposed for a green belt area in Pak Fu Lam, the plan faced fierce local opposition, prompting HKU to revise its proposal to a less environmentally sensitive site at Mount Davis. Critics argued that the new site overlaps with a planned mortuary and contains heritage sites, steep slopes, and unstable underground conditions, making development challenging. HKU's officials emphasized their efforts to address residents' concerns by proposing visual corridors, height restrictions, and community amenities like a botanic boulevard. Despite these adjustments, the debate underscores the tension between scientific advancement and environmental preservation, with residents and officials weighing the importance of sustainable development against the university's strategic goals. The controversy reflects broader issues of urban planning, community consultation, and balancing growth with environmental and cultural conservation in Hong Kong's rapidly changing landscape. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong authorities have suspended a contractor from bidding on public road and drainage projects after a tragic accident near the Macau-Zhuhai border crossing, where a steel beam fell and killed a 42-year-old worker and injured another amid heavy rain and thunderstorms. The Development Bureau swiftly imposed an immediate ban, requiring the contractor, believed to be China State Construction Engineering, Hong Kong, to conduct an independent safety audit and submit an improvement plan before lifting the suspension. The incident, which involved a 12-meter, 4-ton gate-shaped steel beam collapsing during dismantling work, has prompted an ongoing investigation by the Labor Department, with potential further penalties including removal from the government's contractors list. The workers' family and safety advocates emphasized the importance of proper risk assessments, especially given the adverse weather conditions, and called for accountability and swift justice. The site was part of the Airport City Link project, featuring autonomous vehicles on a new bridge connecting Hong Kong to Sky City, highlighting the critical need for rigorous safety standards in such high-profile infrastructure developments. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.